Yeah, they.
We're gonna do that.
We're gonna do that. Woo! We're gonna do that. All right. So we in the game now.
Yep.
So we good? We good right there?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We brothers from GMS, Colorado Springs. We down here. We just want to say, first and foremost, we want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. We'll give double honors unto the elders of GMS. We also want to give some praises to the brothers who are pushing this word with truth and sincerity in the four corners around the earth, man. Shalom to you, brother, man. All right. Go ahead. Jump. That's all you need is a jump point. Let's go.
It's Job 9:24.
Oh, man. There you go.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right? And that's it. And that's how Esau, man. Esau covered the faces of the judges of the earth, man. All right? You've now had the judges of this earth are replaced with bullshit Edomites, man. Okay? Who run shit. Okay? Like to our left, we got this bullshit cowboy looking at a map, man. Those is the judges now. We the judges. Moses, Aaron, okay? Yahweh Shai, Melchizedek, the Jake, man. We are the judges of the earth. Okay? Period. Esau covered their faces up, man. They whitewashed history. I was just at the school the other day listening to the teacher teach about Ptolemy's scientific thoughts. Okay? That's the concept of America, man. They all. Alright? Ptolemy wasn't shit. He was an Edomite who ruled Egypt. And that's just basic. That's just simple shit. You know? You got more on that, bro? Let me go to I know I got set. I'm trying to go to where he was at. Jump so quick. My brother said, and that's the case, man. You Edomites, you rule the world, and y'all evil, man. Y'all evil. There ain't nothing to it. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. It's all good. It's all good.
The wind is crazy out here in Colorado.
Yeah. Motherfucking wind. That's alright. That's just the devil. It ain't nothing.
Put it up on that. Shit almost fall.
Job 9:24, man. Let me get that.
If it ain't the so-called white man, then who is it?
Who is it?
Everywhere you look, man, the white man controls everything in this earth, man.
Period.
From the air to the water, the food, all the fucking land, man. If the so-called white man is not the wicked that the Bible speaks of, then who is it?
That's just facts, man. We ain't out here trying to argue or make no point for anybody or trying to tell you something that's different. Like, this is just facts. So Esau Edom is the devil, bro. That's just flat out. Into the hand of the wicked, and he covered the faces of the judges thereof, and if not, then where and who is he? All right, Esau is that person. You got your apocrypha. Actually, don't go to Deuteronomy. Get Maccabees 1-10, first chapter 1-10, bro, because we're gonna expose who you Edomites are. All right. Because we're not saying that we're not out here to just teach and be vain. We're out here to give you the full truth, man. All right. The reason why we say what we say is because it's true. All right. The biblical history lines up with secular history, and And that's the problem. You Edomites don't want to have to deal with this. And that's fine. That's okay. But we're going to serve it to you anyway. All right? You are Esau Edom. You are Esau Edom. You so-called white people, you are Esau Edom. And you're going to have to deal with this one type of way or the other. All right? So the earth was given into your hand. All right? The earth was given into the hand of the wicked, which you still control the earth to this day. And I was just telling the brother, I was reading Genesis and reading how the Egyptians was afflicting the Israelites, man. Edom does the same thing. We are under affliction to you as we were in Egypt. All right? We deal with the same affliction today that we dealt with in Egypt. It ain't no different. When the Lord says, I'm going to bring you back to Egypt with ships, as he says in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, right? We deal with that situation today. Still today. We still deal with that same situation. So whenever you're ready, brother, start at one and just read it. It's the truth. It's the truth. Y'all gotta deal with it. Y'all gotta deal with it.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian,
an Edomite,
who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
So when he says that he reigned the first of his stead, Alexander was the first of his stock, his stead, his line. Okay? He was the first Edomite to have rulership over the lands. He was the first Edomite to have rulership over the lands. Okay? It wasn't just everybody. Didn't everybody just get to be rulers, man? All right? It's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good. It's a lot. It's a lot. Oh. Appreciate you, bro. It's a lot. Like we were saying, man. You know, and I'll change shit. The devil fucking with us, but it's cool. And like we said, man. Alexander was the first of his stead to rule over the world, man. It wasn't, you white people had never been in rulership until Alexander. And you've been in rulership since, okay? That's the reason why you exalt him. Go ahead, Al.
Verse 2. He made many wars and won many strongholds.
He made many wars and he won many strongholds, okay? So Alexander, he wasn't no basic king, man. All right, he was a man of war, which Edom is, okay. So him being Edom, he's that God, all right.
That sword, man.
Right. He was given that promise. He was given that sword. That was his gift.
So
that's right. Sword. That's right. And he took many nations, okay.
Go ahead, and slew the kings of the earth.
He slew the kings of the earth, man. It ain't nothing. What else do we need to say? Go ahead.
And went through to the ends of the earth and took the spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him.
The earth was quiet before Alexander, man. They didn't have the problems they have today because of Alexander, man. All right, you so-called white people, Edom. All right, Alexander. The earth was quiet before you, bro. The earth was quiet before Edom came on the scene and started ruling shit. All right, they caused great warfare, man. They caused great warfare. Go ahead.
Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
His heart was lifted up, man. His heart was lifted up to kill Jake, to conquer, to take over the known world. The Lord gave him that ability. We speak on all the time. You know, roughly paraphrasing, the Lord controls all things. All right? He's the author of death. He's the author of salvation. He's the author of everything. Everything that we deal with, whether it be sickness or health or whatever. The Most High is the author of all of that. Right? The Most High gives power to who he wants to give power to. Right? You so-called Edomites, you so-called white people, you think you got power? The Most High gave you power, man. All right? And he's fixing to take it from you. That's just reality.
just to line back on what the brother was saying about the Most High gave Alexander that power. This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the Holy One, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men,
That's right.
and giveth it to whomsoever he will.
God.
He set up over it the basis of men.
God.
Who was the base man, man?
Base of man.
Esau.
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 Esau, Edom being the lowest ranking of man, bro. The lowest ranking of man rules over us today because we've gone against the Most High, and we talked about this. Okay, we're not in our position because we're wrong, or this or that or the next thing. We're in this position because we went against the Most High. So we dealing with this. We dealing with this punishment where we have Esau, Edom, the base of man, over us.
This was in this. I'm gonna go to Joel chapter 30 real quick. What Joel had to say about Esau, man. This is Joel 30:5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the rock, in the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Because you know Esau comes from the Caucasus Mountains, man.
That's right.
Over there in Russia, man.
God.
So-called Russia. They were the children of fools. Children of base men. They were viler than the earth, man.
That's it, man. Go ahead, bro. You got to break it down. Break it down. Go ahead.
So yeah, man. Esau, the so-called white man, he is the base man, man. He's the cave dweller of the earth, man.
That's right, man. He's the lowest form of human, bro. That's what it comes down to. Esau, Edom is the lowest form of human.
Yep.
Period. He ain't shit, okay? He don't deserve to tell you what to do or anybody else.
So now,
For that
Esau,
matter.
he out here running rampant, man. Most I gave him that power, and he don't know what to do with it, man. That's why Esau is out here trying to change the foods, change the water, change the air, trying to tell you that you can be a fucking homo.
God,
You know,
you can fuck another nigga, bitch. Whatever, man. Whatever they do is wrong, man.
everything that the Most High set up in these scriptures, man, Esau goes against that.
God.
Everything.
God.
The Most High take nothing important. He gonna Esau talking about fucking kosher pork.
And they be like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah.
And they put bacon on fucking everything, man. You can't, man. Oh my lord, bro.
They got fucking abominable food, shrimp, crab, pork, lobster.
everything.
That shit is a delicacy, man.
Man, you got niggas talking about crab and shrimp and lobster and delicacy, man. And then bottom feeders. It's disgusting, man. And that's the way of Esau. We living under Edomite rule, and it's terrible. And what did the nations not? The nations weak, man. The nations weak under Esau's rule. The Bible says so. All right. So when we get up under their rule, we gonna be better. It's gonna be better off when the so-called white man is not a rulership no more, man. Right? That's why we pray and push and do what we do so we don't have to deal with that rulership no more. Flat out. We ain't doing nothing different.
So just back in.
Whatever you want. Go ahead and go back to that. I'm just saying I just got something.
This is back in the first book of Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 4. And he gathered a mighty strong host, right? And ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributary unto him.
What's a mighty strong host, man? A mighty strong host is an army, right? That's an army. Man. It's all right. I'll write it down again. It ain't no thing. But a host is an army, man. A host is an army. All right. First and foremost, Alexander had a great host, and he took over the known world through this host. All right. That's how Edom came into power for the first time. All right. That was it. It wasn't nothing else. You so-called white people came into power when Alexander did what he did. Okay. He conquered the known world, and you Edomites all of a sudden were on the forefront.
All these Christians became tributaries, man. Meaning they had to pay taxes up under the so-called white man, as it is today, man.
That's right. That's right.
Then you know that you're still enslaved, man. You're still under the white man. gone because Esau took the taxes out of it.
God. And I just had a conversation with you, brother. Like I had a conversation with you. We talked last night. And we was talking about the same thing, man. We was talking about the same thing. How Esau, Edom, y'all, this is how y'all kingdom works. And we're subject to payments under you. Period. Regardless of whether, hey, if we want to go watch a movie over here at this bullshit movie theater, we gotta fuck with Esau to get in. Alright? We can't even go in there and do the normal shit. We can't just go get popcorn or do anything like that. We gotta go deal with Esau and follow their rules just to go up in the place that's to the left, to the right of us here and deal with them. Right? Go ahead.
Saying something. This is Baruch chapter 3 verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh our power.
God. And we still deal with this, man, to this day. And I was just telling this brother last night. I was reading through Genesis and Exodus, early Exodus. All right, where you get to deal with the captivity of the Israelites. Okay, and we still suffer the same things under Edom's rule. All right, we still deal with the same things that Moses and his brethren dealt with when they was under the captivity of the Egyptians. We deal with the same thing under these white people, man.
That's right.
We deal with the same thing under Edom.
That's right.
Okay? And you so-called white people, you are Esau Edom.
That's right.
You are Esau Edom. You
That's
are not
right.
white. There ain't no such thing as white. Okay? This red and brown. This red and brown. You can't escape that. There ain't no escaping that. Okay? Go ahead,
The first book of Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 5. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
Right?
Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
God. So what essentially happened? Alexander split his kingdom, and this is why this book ain't taught, man. They don't teach this to you when you learn world history, okay? When you learn world history in any school, they don't teach you this. They don't teach you that Alexander split the kingdom amongst his homeboys. They don't teach you that he split the kingdom amongst Edom, okay? That's where you get Ptolemy and all the other Edomites who ruled these other nations, okay? You had Ptolemy who ruled Egypt and tried to say that the Egyptians looked like him. The Egyptians didn't look like the Edomites, man.
I know they got things coming out. All the Egyptians, so-called white.
All the Egyptians look white.
You know
all
what
the
I'm saying?
Egyptians look like Edom. Then they make no, all the people was Edom.
Yeah.
You crazy, man.
You got Noah carrying the sword.
Right.
Noah ain't carrying the sword.
Come on, man. Y'all make mockery of the Bible, man. You Edomites make mockery of the Bible. You don't know this book at all. You don't know this book at all. You Edomites do not know this book, and it is not for you at all. You are not meant to read this book. And when you read it, you don't get shit out of it because you don't know what you're reading. Period.
You don't have the right spirit, man.
You don't have the spirit. And then, hey, man, I'm sorry you ain't get the juice. I'm sorry you ain't get the blessing. We did. All right? We did. And we on the bottom. Just like in Egypt. Just like in Egypt. Got some more, brother.
So, verse 7 of 1 Maccabees 1. So Alexander reigned 12 years, then died, and his servants bare rule, one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so did their sons after them many years. So like evils were multiplied in the earth.
God, evils multiplied in the earth when Edom got rulership, man.
That goes back to Job 9:24,
Like
man.
we just talked about.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Like we just talked about. You just said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? You Edomites rule the world. You so-called white people rule the world.
Right.
You are the wicked.
That's right.
There ain't no other fucking way to put it. There ain't no way to twist it. You want to twist it and bend it, that's fine. We don't care. We know you the wicked. Okay? You the wicked.
Everything in history proves that you're wicked.
Everything in history proves you wicked.
What would you do to the neighbors, man?
God.
All this land was theirs, man.
You proud? Colorado, and where we live, that's the case. This whole area, this whole general area belonged to Gad. Okay? Belonged to Gad and Issachar. And you Edomites, you came and you killed and you raped and you robbed and you took this land. And you're proud about it.
And what they do to Issachar? Oh, he's what they call him? How are you a foreigner in your own land?
How are you a foreigner in your country? How are you a
They make
foreigner
this
in your
fucking
own
red
land?
card just to come over the border, man.
You
When this is their land.
You Edomites are the aliens, man. You Edomites are the monsters, man. You Edomites are the devil, man. It's not Jake. It's not the so-called Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's you so-called white people, man. Y'all the devil, man. Come on. We deal with the scriptures, all right? We don't deal with your punk-ass opinion. We don't care, all right? We don't care about your feelings. We don't give a fuck, to be honest. We don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I don't care how you feel. You know what I'm saying? We push the smooth truth. If you can't deal with it, then you can't deal with it. It is what it is. All right? You got some more, my brother?
Yeah, I'm going to right into it. First Maccabees 1 and 10. And there came out of them a wicked root.
And that's the point. There came out of Esau a wicked root. A wicked root. You Edomites are the wicked, like we just said. Like Job 9:24, like we just read. Hey, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? He that covered the faces thereof, man. You covered the judges' faces. You are the wicked. Edom is the wicked. Alright? There's no ifs, ands, or buts, or maybes, or nothing. You are the wicked. You cover the faces of the judges and you do dirty shit. You Edomites are the devil, man. That's just flat out what it is. Go ahead.
First Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out Israel. First Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go to make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow, man. And that's been the case ever since Yahweh Bashim Yahushua brought the nation of Israel out of Egypt, man. They want to join into the wicked, man, because they feel like their life will be easy. And that's the case right here in Babylon the Great, man. That's why you got Jake want to save Esau, man. Man, fuck Esau. Esau has never done anything for you besides bust you in your fucking head since you've been here, man. That's why you still get shot down in the streets day and night in Babylon the Great, man.
That's why it's legal for women. That's why it's legal for these women to put you down, okay? Whether they be nigga women or whatever. That's why all these things have been done through Edomites, man. Okay? All the things that Jake suffers and deals with on a regular basis, everything that you can think of as suffering, it's been done through Esau. Period.
You got Jake, man. He want to make, like it says, make covenants, man. He wants to be tied in with Esau bad, man. That's why you have Jake running off to go join Esau's military, man. To be put on the front lines of Esau's military, man.
Yeah. I gotta separate. I'm gonna read Job. I'm just jumping a couple chapters. And this is Job 10 and 11. Okay? This is Job 11 and 11. And it reads, For he knoweth vain men, he seeth wickedness also. He not consider will he not consider it? And that's the thing, man. We see wickedness on a regular basis, man. As Jake, all right? We see niggas commit wickedness on a regular basis. And will you not consider that that's the case? You know what I'm saying? Who are we to be like, nah, we can't acknowledge your wickedness? No, we do, okay? Because as men of the Lord, we're commanded to do so. If you're doing the opposite of what's right, we gotta tell you, like, hey man, you gotta do right. That's our sole job, okay? We're not out here for any other reason other than to talk to our people. All right? We talk to the camera, we talk to y'all. We're not out here for them. We're not out here for Edom.
Jake don't want to hear the truth, man.
Jake don't want to hear the truth. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even consider the truth. And that's what Job said. Go ahead, Al.
Verse 12. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance ordinances of the heathen. And that's exactly what Jake goes into, man. So you have Jake celebrating these pagan holidays. Jake going into church worshiping false idols because it's following behind Esau, man. The shit that Esau gives Jake, man, Jake eats it up, man. Esau tells you go eat pork. Jake want to go eat a whole fucking pig, man. When Yahweh said that the swine is abominable to you, man. You don't even supposed to touch it.
You ain't even supposed to touch it. That's a little.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen. So you got the heathen worshiping these false idols, man. And what Jake do? Jake go right behind them, calling upon Jesus Christ, man. Fuck Jesus Christ, man.
Burning incense and shit to Cesare, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Bowing down to the white man. Just like when people say that the scriptures is a white man's book, man, they clearly haven't read the scriptures, man. They clearly haven't read the scriptures.
Right.
Because Esau will tell you, oh, Jesus saves and Jesus loves everybody. That ain't what the scriptures say, man.
I'm gonna jump back to where I was at. This is still Job. This is Job 11 and 12. And it reads, For vain men would be rise. You would be born like a wild ass, like a wild ass is cold. All right? Born knowing nothing and being ignorant, man. All right? Ignorant to the things that are important in our society, man. The things that are important in our faith. Like treasuring Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Not fucking following the way of the heathen. Doing simple shit. Not breaking the covenant. Not doing cool shit. You know? It's not like it's difficult. So like, if thou prepare thy heart and stretch out thy hand toward him, if iniquity be in thy hand, put it far away, and let not wickedness dwell in thy tabernacles, man. And that's how we trying to get it. We trying to get that way. Because that's the way we gotta be to get to the kingdom, man. We gotta be right. We gotta act right. We gotta live our lives correct. We gotta take on a new person, man. We gotta take on a new soul, man. We gotta do things completely different than put on the new, you know what I'm saying? Put on a whole new different type of person. You can't just be the same nigga you was in the world and still get to the kingdom. You gotta be different. You gotta be righteous. You gotta put on that veil of righteousness, man. You gotta put on that armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to get through this. You can't just do bullshit to get through this. Leave out. I can jump. Listen. Here, bro. Go ahead.
This is Hosea 4 and 6. Just like the brother said, man. Jake don't even want to do right, man. He just want to follow in the ways of Esau, man. He want to stack his money. Jake want to go to the club, buy bodies, man, fuck bitches. That's all Jake want to do, man. When the Most High tell you that the wisdom and knowledge shall be the staple of that time, man. But this is Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I will also forget thy children.
Brother read 4 and 6, right?
Yes.
Hey, go ahead and read that down to like 9.
As they were increased, so they sinned against me, therefore. Hosea 4 and 7. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore, I will change their glory into shame. Hey, they eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity. And there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them for their doings.
We deal with that every day, man. Okay, as Jacob, man, we self. That's why we gotta live different. Period. live up under the heathen. We don't need to do what they do. We got to get right so that we ain't doing what they do. Okay? Because that's the only way up out of this. That's the only way up out of this is to get away from the heathen. You don't do what they do. The Lord told us not to do what these heathen do. They want to eat pork, fine. You eat all the bacon you fucking want. We don't give a fuck. Okay? You want to eat crab and crab legs, and shrimps and scripts and whatever. Do that. We ain't gonna do that. Because the Most High said we don't need to do that. All right? We're different. We're separate from you heathens. We don't get down like y'all get down. You got something else, brother? Go ahead. I got some shit.
This is First Maccabees 1 and 13. Then certain other people were so forward were herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. And they made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief.
And that's how Jake get down, man. All right, these things happen to us. So now what do we do? You know, Jake go and they get their hair lined up. They get their beard, you know, lined up. Yeah. They do all the shit that he can do, man. Everything that the Lord said not to do, that's what Jake do now. Because Esau tells you to do the opposite of what the Lord says. All right, fuck what they talking about. Follow the book. Follow the book. The Lord said we don't take no line to your hair, man. All right? You don't need to fucking take no razor to your face. Okay? That's what Esau did. Why? They effeminate and weak and all that other shit. That's why them niggas shave and do what they do. Okay? We don't do what they do. Period. Ever. That's not how we get down. You want to make it to the kingdom of heaven? Don't do what Esau do. That's the number one thing. That's the number one thing you got to start doing. If you do what they do, you ass out. You got something else, bro? All right, come. Matter of fact, man, I want to get since we already hit it, yeah, bro. Give me Job 20 and Job 20, 3 to 12. I'm gonna jump into the Obadiah. This book of Obadiah. I'm gonna start at 1, okay? And it reads, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and the ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise, and let us rise against her in battle. Okay? Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, and thou art greatly despised. All right? And that's where Esau's at right now, man.